Everyone was eagerly waiting to hear the exact charges against the former president. 34 felony counts for falsifying business records. Each count comes with a possible 4 years in prison if convicted. What details on those charges? Here's Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dolan.
Donald Trump scowled as he walked into criminal court in Lower Manhattan this afternoon. But inside the courtroom, the former president, who has railed against the DA and the judge, was subdued as the state began to make its case against the first former president ever indicted on criminal charges.
One of the three people that they paid to keep quiet was a woman named Stormy Daniels.
Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg has now charged the former president with 34 Class E felonies, all related to falsifying business records in connection with hush money he says was paid by Trump to three people. $130,000 paid to porn star Stormy Daniels to cover up their afternoon of sex. $150,000 paid to Karen McDougal, a former Playboy model who claims to have had an affair with Trump, and $30,000 to a Trump Tower doorman to conceal information about another personal matter. But it was the money to Stormy Daniels that sparked the probe.
That payment was to hide damaging information from the voting public. The participant scheme was illegal. The scheme violated New York election law.
It's really disappointing. It's sad, and we're going to fight it.
In court, Trump pleaded not guilty to all counts. Earlier in the day, he raised a defiant fist as he left his home in Midtown and headed to the courthouse. Posting on social media along the route, "Seems so surreal. Wow, they are going to arrest me. Can't believe this is happening in America." But it did. And at the courthouse, he surrendered to the district attorney and was fingerprinted and booked before the arraignment. The first steps in a long journey toward an eventual trial.
The district attorney has turned what is actually a completely political issue into a political prosecution, and it's not a good day.
It'll be interesting as the weeks and months here progress to see what the actual evidence is, not the information that's out in the world, but what the evidence is, who the witnesses will be.
Mr. Trump, you'll remember, predicted death and destruction if he was indicted. He was indicted, but the death and destruction have not followed. Protests in the city were, like the president in court today, muted. Still, there's plenty of time. His next court appearance isn't scheduled until next December, and a trial may not happen until next spring.